You know, I don't like telling people what to do with their gardens. Every space is personal, and what you grow should reflect you. But today's video isn't about dictating your choices. It's about saving you from the quiet heartbreak that happens when a plant you once loved starts turning your beautiful little garden into a jungle you can barely manage. This video comes from a place of care. I've seen it happen so many times. The wrong architectural plants chosen for small spaces, and before you know it, they've outgrown everything else, leaving you with more stress than serenity. So today, I want to share 5 plants you might want to skip if your garden is on the smaller side. And, of course, I'll give you beautiful, manageable alternatives that still bring that bold, sculptural charm without overwhelming your space. Now, before we get into the list, let me take a moment to welcome you properly. If you're new here, welcome to Green Family, a space where we share honest, down-to-earth tips to help you grow smarter, spend less, and love your garden a little more every season. And if you've been with me for a while, I'm so glad you're back. You already know how much I appreciate this community and the way we learn from each other. If you find joy in gardening that feels intentional and affordable, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a new episode. We've got plenty of garden wisdom coming your way, and I promise you'll always take something useful from it. All right, let's get right into it. Number 1, don't plant bamboo. Let's start with one that looks innocent but can quietly turn into a gardener's biggest regret: bamboo. At first glance, it's everything you'd want: tall, elegant, and gives your garden that calming, almost tropical rhythm when the wind moves through it. But here's the catch: bamboo doesn't know when to stop. Its underground runners spread faster than most people realize, slipping under fences, through flower beds, and even under patios. Before long, what began as a stylish accent becomes a full-time battle. I've seen people dig, cut, and pull for months trying to reclaim their space from it. Now, I completely understand the appeal. You probably love that graceful, airy texture bamboo adds. So instead of giving that up, try this. Plant this instead: clumping fargesia or dwarf fountain grass, Penicetum alopecuroides. These two give you that same soft, architectural movement without the endless spreading. Clumping fargesia behaves beautifully. It grows in tidy clusters, keeping its shape while adding that lush, layered texture bamboo is known for. It's perfect for small gardens, patios, or even narrow spaces that need a bit of structure without the stress. And if you want something that dances a little more in the breeze, dwarf fountain grass is a dream. Its feathery plumes catch the light in the late afternoon and bring a calm, flowing feel that softens edges and makes any garden look more put together. Both of these will give you that designer look you were hoping for: graceful, controlled, and elegant, without the drama that comes with bamboo. Number 2, don't plant giant bird of paradise, Strelitzia nicolai. Now, this next one is a real showstopper: the giant bird of paradise. It looks tropical, bold, and instantly gives your garden that resort feeling. But here's the thing most gardeners don't realize: this plant doesn't just grow, it expands. What starts as a neat clump can quickly shoot up to over 20 feet tall, with roots strong enough to crack pots, paving stones, and even nearby walls if planted too close. It's a stunning plant, yes, but in a small garden, it's like inviting an elephant to live in your living room. Beautiful, but far too much. If you've been tempted by those big, exotic leaves, I completely understand. They add so much drama and life to a space. But you can absolutely achieve that same tropical feel without losing control of your garden. Plant this instead: Strelitzia reginae or canna lily. Strelitzia reginae, the regular bird of paradise, gives you the same bold structure and those gorgeous orange and blue blooms that resemble a bird in flight. But it stays compact, rarely exceeding 5 feet. It's far easier to manage and works beautifully in containers or smaller garden beds. And if you want something with a softer tropical presence, go for canna lily. Its large leaves add that lush, exotic vibe, and when it blooms, the colors are absolutely breathtaking: reds, yellows, and oranges that light up the garden. Plus, it doesn't invade its space or stress your paving. Both of these give you that same statement-making beauty as the giant variety, but in a size that's actually comfortable for small spaces: elegant, dramatic, and still very easy to live with. Number 3, don't plant yucca elephantypes, spineless yucca. Let's talk about the spineless yucca, a plant that looks perfectly sculptural and modern, the kind you see in magazine gardens or sleek patio designs. It's easy to understand why so many people fall in love with it. Those upright, Sword-like leaves instantly make a space look structured and stylish. But here's the truth most people don't hear. This plant can outgrow its welcome very quickly. The spineless yucca might start off as a tidy statement piece, but it grows tall, sometimes over 25 feet, and its thick roots can spread wide and deep, often interfering with nearby structures or paving. Even though it's called spineless, the old leaves still dry into tough, fibrous edges that can be sharp around children or pets. It's one of those plants that gives you a clean, architectural look at first, but before long, it begins to dominate the space, and not in a good way. Now, if what you love about the yucca is that bold, sculptural shape, don't worry. You don't have to give that up. There are alternatives that give you the same modern, textural beauty without becoming overbearing. Plant this instead: Dasylirion wheeleri, desert spoon, or Agave attenuata. Dasylirion wheeleri, also known as desert spoon, has that same spiky, architectural form, but it grows slowly and stays beautifully compact. Its silvery blue leaves catch the light in a way that makes your garden feel calm and refined, especially in minimalist or dry garden designs. Then there's Agave attenuata, often called the lion's tail agave. This one has smooth, soft leaves that curve gently, giving you that sculptural look but with a friendlier presence. It's elegant, low maintenance, and ideal for small gardens, patios, or pots. Both of these choices keep that clean, modern aesthetic while being kinder to your space and to you. They'll never take over, and they'll keep your garden looking effortlessly balanced year after year. Let's take a little pause. I'm curious, what's happening in your garden right now? Are you in that stage where everything's growing beautifully, or are you quietly side-eyeing one plant that's starting to take over? We've all been there. I'd love to know what your garden's mood is today. And while you're at it, tell me where you're watching from. It's always so interesting seeing how different places shape the way we garden. A small space in Lagos is completely different from one in London or California, yet we all face the same little plant dramas, don't we? So go ahead, share your garden story below. I genuinely enjoy reading through them. All right, let's get back to the business of the day. Number 4, don't plant Erica palm or clumping bamboo palm. Now this next one might surprise you, because it's one of those plants that seems harmless at first, the Erica palm, or what some people call the clumping bamboo palm. It's lush, elegant, and instantly makes your space feel like a private tropical retreat. It looks perfect in photos: soft leaves, golden stems, that airy movement in the breeze. But what you don't see right away is how quickly it grows into a dense thicket. What starts as a few stems can soon block sunlight, trap humidity, and make even a bright patio or small garden feel heavy and overfilled. Indoors, they're notorious for outgrowing their pots and demanding more light than most homes can give. It's one of those plants that quietly shifts from graceful to overwhelming, changing the atmosphere of your space before you even notice. The constant trimming and repotting become part of the routine, until you realize the plant has taken more from the space than it's given. Now, if you love that soft, layered tropical look, don't worry. You can absolutely have it without the constant pruning and pot changes. Plant this instead: lady palm, Rapis excelsa, or Kinea palm, Howea forsteriana. The lady palm grows slowly and keeps that refined, fan-like shape that gives any small space a feeling of calm and order. It's also one of the best palms for low light, making it perfect for shaded corners or indoor spots. Then there's the Kinea palm. This one brings that same tropical elegance, but with much less fuss. It grows gracefully upward without spreading too wide, and it stays looking lush without demanding constant trimming or bright sun. Both of these palms give you that resort-style serenity you want, but they do it with restraint. They'll make your space feel open, calm, and intentional, not crowded. Number 5, don't plant Gunnera manicata, giant rhubarb. Now this one is a real showstopper. The Gunnera manicata, also known as the giant rhubarb. And believe me, giant is no exaggeration. With its massive, prehistoric-looking leaves, this plant can make any small garden look like a scene from a fantasy movie. It's dramatic, bold, and instantly eye-catching, which is exactly why so many gardeners fall for it. But here's the problem. Gunnera manicata isn't made for small spaces. It grows aggressively, spreading wide and forming thick clumps that dominate everything around them. Those enormous leaves might look magnificent, but they can easily shade out smaller plants and turn a once bright corner into a dark, damp jungle. It also needs constant moisture, meaning it will quickly overwhelm your watering schedule and any nearby plants that can't handle soggy soil. Before long, What was meant to be your garden's focal point becomes something that steals attention, space, and even light from everything else. Now, if you love that lush, oversized foliage and tropical feel, you don't have to give it up completely. You can still get that bold, dramatic texture, just in a way that fits your space better and keeps things balanced. Plant this instead: hosta, sum and substance, or fascia japonica. The hosta, sum and substance brings you those broad, luxurious leaves that add instant volume and color to your garden, but without taking over. It's perfect for shaded areas and grows in a way that feels full yet controlled. Then there's fascia japonica, often called the Japanese Aralia. It has those big, glossy leaves that mimic a tropical look, but it stays compact and elegant. It thrives in pots or small garden beds, offering that same exotic texture without the heavy upkeep. Both of these choices give you that sense of drama and depth, but in a way that enhances your space, not overwhelms it. They create interest and atmosphere while leaving room for everything else to breathe. Gardens have a funny way of teaching us balance, not just in how we plant, but in how we think about space. Sometimes, the most beautiful results come from knowing when not to add something. It's never about restricting creativity, but about giving your plants, and yourself, room to breathe and grow. If today's video helped you see your garden in a new light, remember, that's exactly why the Green Family community exists. We're here to learn, to grow, and to enjoy the process together, one thoughtful choice at a time. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next episode, because we're just getting started on helping you turn your space, no matter how small, into something truly alive and effortless. Thank you for spending your time here today. Take a moment to step outside, look at your garden, and see what story it's telling you. Sometimes, all it takes is one good decision to change the way it feels entirely. And until next time, keep your hands in the soil, your heart in the garden, and remember, growth always starts with care.